What if I told you that the next FIFA World Cup champion might not be Argentina, Brazil, France, or England? What if the biggest story of the 2026 World Cup is the rise of the underdogs? And what if, for the very first time in history, an African nation goes all the way and lifts football's most prestigious trophy? It sounds unbelievable. But when you look at what's happening in world football right now, it may not be as crazy as it seems. Let's find out why 2026 could become the World Cup of the underdogs. The era of football giants is under threat. For decades, the World Cup has belonged to a small group of football superpowers. Brazil, Germany, Italy, Argentina, France. These nations have dominated the biggest stage for generations. But football is changing. The gap between traditional giants and emerging nations is getting smaller every year. At recent World Cups, we've already seen shocking upsets. Morocco stunned the world by reaching the semi-finals in 2022. Croatia reached a final in 2018 despite having a population smaller than many cities. And teams once considered outsiders are now competing toe-to-toe with football's elite. The message is clear. The underdogs are no longer afraid, and the giants are no longer unbeatable. Why African teams could be the biggest threat. If there's one continent that could completely transform the 2026 World Cup, it's Africa. African football has evolved dramatically over the last decade. Players from countries like Senegal, Morocco, Nigeria, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Algeria, and Egypt are starring in Europe's biggest leagues. Many are playing for top clubs in the English Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, and Serie A. The experience gap that once existed is disappearing. But talent isn't the only reason. Confidence has changed everything. Morocco's incredible run to the 2022 semi-finals proved that African teams can compete with anyone. They defeated Belgium, they eliminated Spain, they knocked out Portugal, and they inspired an entire continent. Now, African teams enter major tournaments believing they can win, not just participate. That psychological shift could be the difference maker in 2026, because football isn't won by talent alone, it's won by belief. The new World Cup format favors underdogs. The 2026 World Cup will be unlike any tournament before it. For the first time ever, 48 teams will compete. More teams mean more opportunities. More opportunities mean more surprises. Underdog nations will have a greater chance to gain momentum and build confidence throughout the tournament. History has shown that once a team starts believing, anything can happen. A few key victories. One brilliant goalkeeper. One magical striker. And suddenly a nation nobody expected is standing among football's giants. The larger tournament format could create the perfect environment for another miracle run. Maybe even a championship-winning one. Will an underdog actually win the 2026 World Cup? Nobody knows. The traditional powerhouses still have world-class squads, elite managers, and decades of experience. But football has always been a sport that loves surprises. And right now, the signs are impossible to ignore. African nations are stronger than ever. Emerging football countries are developing world-class talent. And the expanded World Cup format may open doors that have never existed before. Could Morocco go even further? Could Senegal make history? The 2026 World Cup could be the most unpredictable tournament we've ever seen. And if an underdog finally lifts that trophy, it won't just change football history, it will inspire an entire generation. What do you think? Will an African nation win the 2026 World Cup? Or will the traditional giants continue their dominance? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more football stories and predictions.